Welcome to my channel Forever Celeb. Michael Jackson was far more than the king of pop. He was a cultural icon who revolutionized music, dance, and entertainment. Behind the dazzling fame, however, lay a life marked by struggles, reinvention, and unparalleled triumphs. I will use this as the foundation of the narrative, building all sounds around it, from his rise as a child star to his legacy as a global phenomenon and the enduring mystery surrounding his sealed tomb. This is the story of Michael Jackson, the man who changed music forever. From studio sessions to global stardom, Michael Jackson began a solo career at just 13 years old that would redefine the music industry. His debut solo single, Got to Be There, 1971, showcased his remarkable vocal range and emotional depth, but it was his fifth solo album, Off the Wall, 1979, produced by Quincy Jones, that truly launched him into the stratosphere of superstardom. The album was an innovative fusion of pop, soul, funk, and disco. Its lead single, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, with its infectious rhythm and Michael's signature falsetto, became an instant classic, earning him his first Grammy and setting the stage for an album that would sell over 20 million copies worldwide. But Michael was far from content to rest on his laurels. In 1982, he released Thriller, which would become the best-selling album of all time, with estimated sales surpassing 66 million copies. The album's impact was not only commercial but deeply cultural. Michael's music videos, including hits like Billie Jean and Beat It, were mini-movies featuring groundbreaking dance routines and special effects. The Thriller video, in particular, was a 14-minute horror-themed masterpiece directed by John Landis, featuring Michael as a werewolf and a zombie, showcasing his extraordinary dance skills and cementing his status as a global icon. The album's success was staggering. It remained at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart for 37 weeks and produced 7 top 10 singles. At the 1984 Grammy Awards, Thriller won a record 8 awards, including Album of the Year. Michael's live performances were equally legendary. His moonwalk, first unveiled during the 25th anniversary special of Motown in 1983, became one of the most iconic dance moves in history. His 1984 Victory Tour with his brothers was one of the highest-grossing tours of the decade. Underscore 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 underscore. Michael Jackson's journey began in a modest 2-bedroom home in Gary, Indiana. Born the 8th of 10 children, his childhood was far from ideal. His father, Joe Jackson, was a strict disciplinarian who demanded perfection, often resorting to physical punishment. Michael later revealed living in constant fear of his father's belt, yet despite the hardships, his extraordinary talent shone brightly. At just 5 years old, he joined his brothers in a group that would become the Jackson 5. His mother, Catherine, recognized his gift and encouraged him, even as she worked long hours at Sears to support the family. Tragedy struck early when Michael's baby brother, Brandon, died shortly after birth. Despite the pain, the Jackson family persevered. In 1965, Michael became the lead vocalist of the Jackson 5, captivating audiences with his soulful voice and electrifying dance moves. Their breakthrough came in 1967 when they won an amateur night at the famed Apollo Theater, catching the attention of Motown Records in 1969. With Diana Ross's help, the group signed with Motown and released I Want You Back, which soared to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Michael, at just 11 years old, was the undeniable star with charisma, vocal range, and stage presence unmatched by peers. Hits like ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There cemented the Jackson 5's status as one of the most successful groups of the 1970s. For Michael, this was only the beginning. His solo career loomed ahead, promising even greater heights and new challenges, transformation, breaking barriers, and global superstardom. Underscore 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 underscore. As Michael's fame soared in the 1980s, he faced personal and health challenges that threatened to derail his career. Rumors circulated about his changing appearance. His skin, once a medium brown, was becoming increasingly pale. Speculation ran rampant, with accusations that he was lightening his skin to appear white. In reality, Michael suffered from vitiligo, an autoimmune disease that destroys pigment cells, causing progressive white patches on the skin. 3 years later, in 1986, he was diagnosed with discoid lupus erythematosus, another autoimmune condition affecting his skin. Underscore 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 underscore. Here begins the first major revelation from the autopsy. For decades, Michael Jackson was ridiculed and speculated about because of his skin color. Headlines accused him of rejecting his black identity. Celebrities joked. The public imagined secret surgeries to lighten his skin. But the autopsy, conducted on June 26, 2009 by Dr. Christopher Rogers at the Los Angeles Medical Examiner's Office, ended that speculation. The examination revealed that Michael's vitiligo was extensive and severe, with depigmentation covering his face, chest, abdomen, and arms. The report confirmed beyond doubt that he truly suffered from this condition. Underscore 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 underscore. What most people do not know is that in advanced vitiligo, when white patches cover most of the body, treatment involves depigmenting the remaining pigmented skin to achieve uniformity, a process called therapeutic bleaching. After Michael's death, tubes of hydroquinone and monobenzone, agents used in this treatment, were found in his mansion. These were prescribed medications, not evidence of wrongdoing. Underscore 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 underscore. However, this treatment made his skin extremely sensitive to sunlight, causing severe burns and a higher risk of melanoma. That is why Michael always carried umbrellas on sunny days, wore gloves, and covered himself with long clothing even in hot weather. It was medical necessity, not eccentricity. Another shocking detail the autopsy revealed was the state of his hair. In 1984, during the filming of a Pepsi commercial, an accident with fireworks severely burned his scalp. He was hospitalized with second-degree burns and never fully regrew hair on the top of his head. The autopsy described his hair as sparse and attached to a wig. Beneath the wig, only a few inches of natural hair grew near the nape. The most photographed man in the world had worn a wig for decades, and few knew. The autopsy also described a bandage on the tip of his nose, damaged by numerous plastic surgeries. Inside, the autopsy revealed a startling contradiction. Michael Jackson, at 50 years old, had a strong and healthy heart. His major organs were functioning well. Yet, his body was visibly deteriorated. He weighed only 62 kilograms, 137 pounds at 1.75 meters, 5 feet 9 inches. Needle marks from daily injections of painkillers and sedatives covered his hips, thighs, and shoulders. Wounds and cuts appeared on his knees and back. His stomach still contained partially dissolved medications taken the night before death. Perhaps most alarming was the absence of any medical monitoring equipment or emergency devices in the room where he died. No heart monitor, no blood pressure cuff, no defibrillator. Dr. Rogers noted that the propofol dose administered was equivalent to that used for major surgery anesthesia. No medical record indicated propofol was prescribed for insomnia. It was general anesthesia given as a sleeping pill in a private bedroom. Underscore 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 underscore. Toxicology found 6 drugs in his system: propofol at surgical levels, lorazepam, midazolam, diazepam, lidocaine, and a resuscitation drug administered by Dr. Conrad Murray after Michael stopped breathing. No cocaine or heroin was detected, contrary to tabloid speculation. Underscore 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 underscore. Michael died due to medical negligence in a context of extreme pressure. A surgical anesthetic was administered outside a hospital, without proper monitoring or emergency equipment, to a patient who had been suffering insomnia, malnutrition, and overwork. Underscore 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 underscore. Though Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, Michael's death was predictable and preventable. Underscore 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 underscore. So, after hearing all this, do you still think you knew Michael Jackson's story? Remember, a boy who started performing at 6, a teenager battling 2 autoimmune diseases amid public ridicule, an adult under relentless scrutiny, drowning in debt nearly $500 million, rehearsing exhausting dances while unable to sleep. A body ravaged, malnourished, marked by needles and surgeries, ending his days with a strong heart but fragile body. The autopsy revealed no monster, no criminal, no conspiracy, just a man used by a demanding father, an exploitative industry, a negligent doctor, and a business machine prioritizing profit over health. It also revealed that many things mocked, the white skin, gloves, umbrella, wig, were medical necessities. Michael once said, "When people invent stories about me not wanting to be who I am, it hurts. It's something I can't control." The autopsy proved he was telling the truth. underscore 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 underscore. Perhaps the question you should carry forward is not what killed Michael Jackson. His official cause of death was acute propofol intoxication, but what we fail to see about those we place on pedestals. Underscore 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 underscore. What did you think of these truths? Were there revelations you hadn't known? Share below. This is a conversation that deserves to live on. Underscore 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 underscore. If you appreciated this deep dive, please like the video and subscribe for more stories that go beyond the surface. Thank you for watching. See you next time.